Welcome to the lecture number 6 of compiler design. So in this lecture we will go through syntax analysis, which is also called as parsing. Then we will go through types of parsing. Then we will start one type of parsing, that is top down parsing. Then we will see one problem that encountered in top down parsing, that is backtracking. So what exactly syntax analysis is? So you know that the compiler has 6 phases. First one is lexical analysis. The second phase is the lexical syntax analysis. Okay, so syntax analysis is the second phase of compiler. So a syntax analyzer or parser is a program that performs syntax analysis. So the lexical analysis scans character by character from the source program and groups the characters into meaningful sequences. Then it checks whether that sequence or lexeme is a valid token of the language or not. Now, the lexical analysis provides a stream of tokens as output. So, a syntax analysis is the second phase, which is after lexical analysis. The stream of tokens is taken as input by the syntax analyzer. Okay, so the syntax analyzer or parser obtains a string of tokens from the lexical analyzer and verifies whether or not grouping of the tokens is a valid construct of the language or not. For example, suppose I will write a program main int bracket printf good. So here you see the lexical analyzer will not generate any error because main it will identify it as an identifier, int it will identify as a keyword, open bracket it will identify as an special character, close bracket special character, open curly bracket special character, close curly bracket special character, printf identifier, good is a literal, semicolon is a delimiter. So it will identify all the valid lexims which forms a token of the language. But it will not generate any lexical error because there is no lexical error in this program. But here you see, you cannot write main int. You have to write int main or only main or void main. Okay. So first the lexical analyzer scans character by character from the source program, then groups the characters into meaningful sequences called lexeme. Then it checks whether the lexeme is a valid token or not. So a string of token is produced by the lexical analyzer, which is taken as input by the syntax analyzer. Next, the syntax analyzer does what? It checks whether the grouping of tokens. So here you see main int. So main int is a valid construct of the language or not. So it is checked by the syntax analyzer. So the syntax analyzer checks whether the grouping of tokens is a valid construct of the language or not. So in order to test this one, it should have the knowledge of all valid constructs of the programming language. And a suitable recognizer should be there which will be used to recognize whether the string of tokens generated by lexical analyzer is a valid construct or not. So in order to represent the valid construct of a programming language, it uses context-free grammar. So let me give you one small example for representing an expression. So an expression, let me represent it e by the variable e. So e gives e plus e gives e star e gives e division e gives e minus e and e gives id. So here you see I want to verify whether an expression containing the 4 operators plus multiplication, division and minus is a valid construct of the language or not. So here you see, suppose I will write id means identifier, id plus id plus id star id is a valid construct or not. So it is a valid construct. You know that this is a valid expression in a programming language. So how will you test it? So from the start symbol you will start. So e gives to e plus e. Then instead of this e, you can replace it with id. So id plus e. Next, in place of this e, you can write id plus e star e. So instead of this e, I have replaced e star e. Next, id plus id. So in place of this e, I have replaced with id star e. Now id plus id star id. So now you see I am able to derive the target string from the starting symbol of the grammar. So id plus id star id is a valid construct of the programming language. Or what you can do, so here what I have done, I have started from the starting symbol and I have tried to derive the target string. So this is nothing but this is called as top-down parsing. So in top-down parsing, an attempt is made to derive the target string. So this is a valid expression in the programming language. Similarly, you can check whether it is a valid program or not. For everything, you will have to write a context-free grammar, and by using that context-free grammar, you can verify whether it is a valid construct of the programming language or not. So now, what you can do, you can also reduce the target string. So this is called as top-down parsing. So here what you will do, you will try to derive the target string from the start symbol. In bottom-up parsing, what you will do, in bottom up parsing, what you will do, you will try to reduce the target string. So you will start from here, id plus id star id. So first what I will do, I will reduce it. So instead of this id, I will replace it with e. So what I will get, id plus id star e. So now in place of this id, I will replace it with e. So e star e plus id. So now in place of this e star e, I will represent e. So id plus e. Here you see, I am trying to reduce the target string to this starting symbol of the language. So here I will reduce this id to e. So e plus e. Now from e plus e, I can reduce it to e. So now here you see, in bottom up parsing, what we will do, we will start with the target string and we will try to reduce it to obtain the start symbol of the grammar. Whereas in case of top down parsing, what we will do, we will start from the start symbol and we will try to derive the target string. So in top down parsing, we will start from start symbol and we will end up with the target string, whereas in case of bottom up parsing, we will start with the target string and we will end up with the starting symbol. Okay, so if the target string or the starting symbol is not achieved, it means that it's not a valid construct of the programming language. For example, let me take one example. I want to check whether id plus is a valid construct of the programming language or not. So it is not a valid construct because plus your expression cannot be terminated with an operator, right? So if you want to derive it by using the starting symbol of the grammar or by using top-down parsing, here you see what you will get. E gives to e plus e, then e gives to, here in place of e, you will use id plus e. So now you see you are unable to derive this target string from the start symbol. It means id plus is not a valid construct of the programming language. So this is how you will perform syntax analysis. We will go in deep detail relating to syntax analysis, what is top-down parsing, what is bottom-up parsing, and what are the various techniques that is used in top-down parsing and bottom-up parsing. So types of parsing. So there I have already told you, one is top-down parsing, another one is bottom-up parsing. So let me give you one example, another example. Suppose S gives to A, B, A gives to B or C. I want to check whether A, B is a valid construct of the programming language or not. So for that what you will do, you will start from the start symbol. So you will start from the start symbol in top-down parsing. So S gives to A, B. Next, in place of this A, what you will do, you will put B. By using your intuition, you can see that in order to derive this string, what you require, instead of capital A, you have to put the terminal B. Okay, so you have to use A gives to B production. So here you will get A, B, B. So you see the target string can be derived from the starting symbol. Then you can say that this is a valid construct or valid string of the language. So in bottom up parsing, what you will do? In bottom up parsing, you will start with the target string ABB, and you will try to reduce the target string to obtain the start symbol. So ABB, what you will do? So AB, so instead of this B, you will use the production AB. So here first you have to match the right hand side. Okay, in case of here, you want to first match the left hand side, and in place of the left hand side, you are replacing the right hand side of the production. But here what you will do? First you will try to match the right hand side. So where the right hand side matches, you will try to replace it with the left hand side variable. Okay, so here I will replace it with A. Now this AAB can be replaced with S. So replace with S. So here you see in bottom up parsing, what we will try to do, an attempt will be made to derive the start symbol by reducing the target string. So here you will try to reduce the target string. Here you will try to reduce the target string, whereas here you will try to derive the target string. Okay, so this is the basic difference between top down parsing and bottom up parsing. So there are some other differences we will go through here. So in top down parsing, what we will do, an attempt to derive W means the target string, from the grammar's start symbol by using the grammar of the language is known as top down parsing. Whereas in case of bottom up parsing, what you will do, an attempt to reduce the target string. So here first we will take the target string or target program, then we will try to reduce it to the start symbol. Whereas here what you will do, you will try to derive the target string by starting from the start symbol S. Okay, so this is called as bottom up parsing, this is called as top down parsing. So in top down parsing, attempts are made to find the leftmost derivation for an input string W. So in the last lecture I have told you what is leftmost derivation. In bottom up parsing, attempts are made to derive the leftmost, sorry, here it should not be leftmost, so there is an error. Okay, so here it should be, so here it should be, let me go to the pointer option. Let me go to the pointer option. Okay, so here it should be, instead of leftmost, it should be rightmost. Okay, so bottom up parsing attempts to find the rightmost derivation for an input string W. So here in top down parsing, a problem that is encountered that is called as backtracking, which is not there in case of bottom up parsing. So top down parsers are LL0, LL1, LLK parsers are called as top down parsers, whereas LR0, which is also called as SLR, LR1, which is also called as CLR, and LALR parsers are bottom up parsers. Okay, so we will go through all the LL0, LL1, LR0, LR1, LALR parsers in this course. Okay, so let us first go to what is backtracking. So backtracking a problem in top down parsing. So here let me take you one small example and let me try to make you understand what is backtracking. So here you see, let me take a grammar, context free grammar. S gives to A, S, A, and S gives to A, A. And let me try to derive whether A string is accepted by the grammar or not. Okay, so here you see, here you can easily see that S gives to AA, so AA will be accepted. Yes, but now suppose the compiler says that it will first use the first production, and when there is an error, then it will try to use the alternate production, that is S gives to AA. So first what we will use, we will go on using S gives to ASA until we find an error or until we finished getting the AA. So first what we will do, S gives to ASA. So first it will use S gives to ASA. ASA. Suppose this is the assumption we have taken. First it will use the first production. If there is any error or if it is acceptable, then if there is any error, it will use the second production, or if it is acceptable, there is absolutely no problem. Then in place of this S, what we will use? Again ASA, ASA. So what is the yield of this? Yield of this derivation? So the yield is nothing but we will go through the terminals or the leaf nodes starting from left to right ordering. So here from the left to right ordering, if we will go, we will get A, S. So here you see we are getting a variable. So what we will do? Again we will use the production A, S, A. So now you see here we are getting what? What is the yield right now? Right now the yield is A, S. So S means we will not move forward. So we will terminate over here. So now you see we require how many A's? 2A's. But how many A's we have obtained? 3A's. So there is an error. So instead of this production S, so here it will backtrack. It will backtrack to here. So in place of S gives to ASA, it will use S gives to AA. So now let me use S gives to ASA, S gives to ASA. So now there is an error. So it will backtrack. So in place of this S, it will it will use S gives to AA. So it will use S gives to AA. So now you see again it will try to find the yield. What is the yield? From the left to right ordering, we will collect all the terminals. So A, 6 A's. So here it will generate an error. Yes. So here, so in the third A, this is not required. So what it will do? It has already backtracked, means it has used all the productions. So at the third position, here it has used S gives to ASA. Now instead of S gives to ASA, now it has used S gives to AA. So what it will do? It will again backtrack to here. So instead of this S gives to ASA, we will use S gives to AA. So if here I will use S gives to AA, so this much will be eliminated. Okay. So what I will get? S gives to ASA, and in this S, instead of ASA, we will use AA. Now again we will find the yield. Again we will try to find the yield. So what will be the yield? A, 4S. So here you see, so we require how many A's? We want to check whether 2 A's are accepted or not. So first it will go through this one, it's fine. Here it generates an error. So what it will do? Instead of this S gives to AA, it will again backtrack to here. So instead of ASA, it will use AA. So it will use S gives to AA. So now you see, now the string S gives to AA, or the string AA is accepted by this grammar. So you can say that AA is a valid construct of this grammar, right? So AA is accepted. So it is accepted. There is absolutely no problem. So here in backtracking, we haven't encountered any problem. But let me go through another example where you will see that there might be a problem. So let me again go through S gives to ASA or AA, and I want to check whether 4 occurrences of A is a valid construct or not. 4 occurrences of A is a valid construct or not. So by looking at this and by using your intuition, you can say that 4 A's are valid construct, because S gives to ASA in place of this A. If you will use AA, so what you will get? AA. It's a valid construct. But programmatically, if you want to do it, so first it will apply ASA, S gives to ASA, S gives to ASA until it generates an error. So when it generates an error, it will use S gives to AA instead of S gives to ASA. So first let me go through. So S gives to ASA. So now here S gives to ASA. S gives to ASA. No problem. S gives to ASA. No problem. S gives to ASA. So now you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here we are getting an extra a, so it will backtrack over here. So it will backtrack over here, and instead of s gives to asa, it will use s gives to aa. So s gives to asa, s gives to asa, s gives to asa, here s gives to asa. Now here it will use s gives to a. Okay. So now again you go through. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is an extra a. So what it will do? It will backtrack. So instead of s gives to asa, it has used in the previous step. It has used s gives to aa. Now again there is an error. So what it will do? Again it will backtrack. So here instead of s gives to asa, it will use s gives to aa. So this much will be eliminated. So this much will be eliminated. So let me use the eraser. Okay. So let me use the eraser and let me erase it. Okay. Okay. So now you see, now again what it will do. So let me go to the pointer option. So now again it will count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now here it will generate an error. Okay. Here it is getting an extra a. We require 4s. Here it is getting 5s. So what it will do? It will backtrack to here. So instead of this s, we have already used asa. It generates an error. So that we have used s gives to aa. So we have used s gives to aa. Still it generates an error. So what it will do? We will backtrack again. So here we will backtrack to here. So when we will backtrack to here, so instead of s gives to asa, what we will use? We will use s gives to aa. So this much will be eliminated right now. Okay. So what we will get? S gives to asa, s gives to asa, s gives to a. Right? So now you see again we will find the age. So 1, 2, 3, 4, no problem, 5. So you see here you are getting an extra a. So what you will do? You will backtrack. So you will backtrack. So if you will backtrack, so instead of s gives to asa, what you will use? You will use s gives to aa. So this much will be eliminated. So if this much will be eliminated, what you will get? S gives to a, s, a, and here s gives to a. Now you check 1, 2, 3, 4. Absolutely fine. So you see these 4 A's, occurrences of 4 consecutive A's, is a valid construct of this programming language. So now let us check. So here there is no problem in backtracking. Now let me check whether 6 occurrences of A is a valid construct of the language or not. So let me go through here. So here what was the language? S gives to ASA or AA. So what I want to check? I want to check whether AAA is a valid construct or not. So by looking at this one, you can easily say that yes, it is a valid construct because S gives to ASA. Instead of this A, S you can use S gives to ASA, and instead of this S, now you can use AA. So instead of this S, I have used AA, right? So it's a valid construct by using our intuition. But by if you want to do it programmatically, what you will do? So first you will go on using ASA until it generates an error. So when it generates an error, instead of S gives to ASA, we will use S gives to AA. So let me check this one. Okay. So S gives to ASA, S gives to ASA, there is no problem, 2S. So now we still have to use ASA, S gives to ASA, no problem. Now we will use ASA, 4S, no problem. We will still use ASA, no error, ASA, no error, we will still use ASA, ASA. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no error. So now still we will use ASA. Now there is a problem. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive As we have encountered. We require how many? 6. So here it will backtrack to the previous one. So instead of this S gives to ASA, what we will use? Here we will use S gives to AA. So this much will be eliminated, right? So what we will get? S gives to ASA, S gives to ASA, this 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 one gives to ASA, and here we will use what? Here we will use AA. Instead of ASA, we have used AA. Now go on counting the S. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. So here what we will use? So instead of S gives to AA, is there any other production? No. We have used S gives to ASA. There is a problem. That's why we have used S gives to AA. But still there is a problem. It means what we have to do? We have to again backtrack. So we will backtrack to here. So here instead of S gives to ASA, we will use S gives to AA. So that this much will be eliminated right now. So what we will get? S gives to ASA, S gives to ASA, S gives to ASA, S gives to ASA. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fifth number also we will do ASA. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, here also we will use ASA. ASA. Now here we will use, instead of ASA, we will use AA. Now again go on counting. 1A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As there is no non-terminal over here, we will go on counting to the right hand side also. 7. So here you see there is a problem. We are encountering 7 consecutive As. So what we will do? Here we will backtrack. But here you see we have already used S gives to ASA. We have already used S gives to AA. There is still a problem. So what we will do? We will again backtrack to the previous one. So here instead of S gives to ASA, we will use S gives to AA. So here after using S gives to AA, this much will be eliminated. So what we will get? S gives to ASA, S gives to ASA, S gives to ASA, S gives to ASA, and here instead of this S we will use AA. Now again count the number of S. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So here you see, here we are getting an error. So what we will do? Instead of this S, we have to use 2S. Instead of ASA, we will use AA. So if we will use this much, so this much will be eliminated. So now let me use it. So S gives to ASA, S gives to ASA, S gives to ASA. Now instead of ASA, I will use AA. Now let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. So here what I will do? Here I will backtrack. So here I will backtrack. So here instead of S gives to ASA, I will use S gives to AA. So this much will be eliminated. So what I will get? S gives to ASA, S gives to this one will not be there, AA. So here you see what I have got. If I want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, so I cannot accept 6 A's, because by using backtracking you see that the occurrences of 6 A's is not accepted. Whereas by using our intuition, we can say that the occurrences of 6 A's are accepted. So this is the problem of backtracking which occurs in top-down parser. So in top-down parser, it should have to be accepted. The occurrence of 6s should have to be accepted. But due to problem in backtracking, it is not accepting. So this is the problem that we encounter in backtracking. Some strings that should be actually accepted, but due to backtracking, it is not accepted. So in order to avoid this, they have gone through bottom-up parsing. So before going to bottom-up parsing also, we will go through LL1 parsers, LL0 parsers. So for today, this much. I hope all of you have understood it. Thank you.